So we've gotten here. I need a big one for this. Long ago, maybe even on my previous channel, I ranted on this movie. I punched the fuck out of it. And now I'm back to watching this goddamn movie again. See, Steven Seagal's worst fucking movie. And considering the shit I've been watching lately, that's saying a lot. Before I go into that, read some info that I found out with an interview with the director, Michael Keusch. And it was a page where a person put together a lot of interviews that people who had worked with Seagal, directors, co-stars, etc. Steven turned up before shooting with a copy of the film Predator 2 and says he wants Harvester, the original title, to be like Predator 2. Which then I'm thinking, wait a minute. Does that mean Seagal likes Predator 2? And considering the stuff I was talking about in March for Death and Predator 2, and Fox maybe wanted him for Predator 2, but Stephen Hopkins said, no, I want to go with Danny Glover. That's ironic. And if that director really means that in his interview, that's a better movie. No, I'm not just saying Predator 2. Predator 2 is fantastic. I mean, Seagal, actually, me watching Seagal watch Predator 2 would be a better movie than this. I mean, he wants the movie to be like Predator 2? That's pretty cool. I tell him we had a script which he said he hadn't even read. The first thing he said to me after reading it was that he refused to fight this woman who is the alien queen. I didn't like this aspect either, but it was there. So Seagal didn't even read the script. So Seagal came on set. He had a copy of Predator 2, and he said, I want this movie to be like this movie. But we have a script. Oh, I haven't read it yet. Then he reads it. Oh, I don't want to fight that woman. Seagal was apparently horribly depressed on the day about the scene, refusing to come out of his trailer to shoot it. When one of Seagal's confidants heard an extra saying that if she gave him a blowjob, then I bet he'll come out. Seagal said he would walk off the picture unless the person who said it was fired. Long story short, that person was fired. Seagal came out and did his scene, but was very unhappy. The director admits he almost became addicted to painkillers and Valium shooting the film. We were up at 3, 4 in the morning daily trying to do the picture. I hated it. We had to change every little thing every little day, and in the end, 50% of what I did was reshot later. I didn't even get paid for that 50% either. Because this was going to be a story about aliens, and then it became a story about, well, this drug named CTX that when you take it gives you superhuman strength and agility, drives you to violence, and the way to notice is if their eyes blink as if that fucking alien in Men in Black. Remember the alien in Men in Black when Will Smith first sees an alien and the guy goes, your world's going to end, and his eyes blink, but his eyes doesn't blink. The blink goes this way and the pupils. I'm like, so many things, so little time. So I don't know if it was the producers that wanted the drug. And it seems like when you watch the film, like Seagal wanted the alien. I don't. Well, Seagal didn't even read the script, so he didn't even know what the fuck it was. But then reading somewhere else that there were two ways they could cut this. They could cut this the alien way, or they could cut this they're bad guys and covert ops and the CTX drug, and that's what it is. There are no aliens in the movie, so they cut it with this. And you get such an incompetent... I mean, the director he worked with Seagal on Shadow Man, and then after on Flight of Fear, and I'm thinking, after that, why the hell would you work with him on Flight of Fury, which is another piece of shit movie, which has a lot of stock footage? And even the director says it was the director's idea to use stock footage for Flight of Fury, even borrowing entire scenes from other movies. The reason, so I didn't have to work with Seagal anymore. And then he got an irate memo from Seagal saying, how come we can't shoot real aerial shots in planes? We had a $12 million budget. And he said, well, the budget's going to the pockets of producers. Then Seagal's like, well, I can get people in armed forces to shoot it. And the guy compromised with producers and borrowed stock footage for that movie. I'm like, why? He must have had a deal that he signed on. He had to do 3 movies. When you get addicted to painkillers and Valium working, hell, I feel I want to be addicted to painkillers and Valium after watching the fucking movie. I mean, whether it be most of the time Seagal's dialogue is ADR, not even his own fucking voice. I know it's something I've said a lot in these movies, but this one, like Submerge, is really bad where it's a lot of it. And also, Seagal seems like he's barely in the fucking movie. And his Seagal's character really doesn't do anything in the film either. So then there's the question, which would I prefer? Some fight scenes, but it's mostly done by his fucking double, or Seagal just not even barely being in it, or just not doing anything, but maybe staring or sitting. I prefer neither. I prefer Above the Law, Out for Justice, and March for Death. That's what I prefer. But this, you have, well, it starts out with a research facility, some stuff being stolen, this guy sleeping on a motorcycle, horrific ADR dubbing of Seagal's voice that's not his own voice. The guy on this motorcycle gets fucked up by this helicopter, but then he's still running, and the guy has like a blade under his coat sleeve. And for some reason, especially in Seagal's little action that he has, whenever Seagal hits the guy, like in this scene, Seagal grabs the guy, takes the knife thing out of his sleeve, and hits the guy in the head. When it hits the guy in the head, this blinding white light happens. That literally blinded me. I'm like, what the fuck, why? And you see this throughout, especially later on. When it gets to the ending, it's almost as if it's a fucking strobe show. Like he's fighting one guy, and boom, blinding white light, slow-mo, more blinding white light, blinding white light. Anytime a hit happens, blinding white light. If I did this, and then all of a sudden the whole screen's blinding white light. Then I did this, and all of a sudden blinding white light. I'm like, this movie is so fucking bad, it is trying to blind me so that I do not watch it. So that I do not watch the shit. Why is there this blinding white light throughout the film? Of course, gravelly voice ADR dub, that's not Seagal's voice, because Seagal's too fucking lazy. He doesn't want to do his own dubbing. He doesn't want to do his own ADR. Certain plots that pop up and don't even fucking finish. Like, there's literally a fucking scene where this woman and Seagal's buddy, I'll just call him Seagal's buddy, they come into this room with a computer, and the woman literally goes, with no emotion, damn it, shit, he fucking did it. He's contaminated the water, 100-mile radius. And he contaminated the water of this CTX drug, which people will either die or become addicted to. So the buddy puts a grenade by the computer, blows up the computer, and I remember long ago I did a podcast with my friends Mike and Efren on Seagal. It's still on this channel. And I told this, oh, they stopped it by blowing up the computer, and my friend Mike OCP was laughing so much, he couldn't breathe. The reason I said by the way, I'm guessing it stopped it because you never hear about that water being contaminated ever again. You never hear it again. From there to the end credits, it is never referenced, it is never brought up, is never thought of. The movie ends as if the movie just stops. It's not even an ending. The movie just stops. It's as if there's another act. There's a final act to follow. It just ends. And you're like, it's over? With Seagal and random Asian soldier, which you never see before the ending third act of the film, but then he becomes one of the main survivors with Seagal, like the only survivor with Seagal, and they both head out, and then there's a van going down the fucking road, then the movie ends, and you're like, what about this water that was contaminated? What about this 100-mile radius? Why the fuck did you put it in the movie if you're not even going to reference it later? What the fuck is going on? Why is there blinding white light? Oh, this CTX drug is a drug, but in order to notice it, they have fucking blinking eyes. Oh, make sure you put dialogue in that, yeah, it changes your DNA. What? And, Seagal's dubbing from another guy, gravelly voiced guy, probably put in some. He was probably talking about alien stuff, and they had to put in stuff about this CTX drug stuff, and you could tell that it's like two movies trying to fight in, and it becomes one clusterfuck. That's what this is, a fucking clusterfuck. I don't even know why it's called Attack Force. This stupid superimposed picture of Seagal on a much thinner body with guns they never use in the fucking movie, and explosions are never in the fucking flick. Jesus Christ. This is like the epitome of this buildup of this Seagal shit that I've been fucking suffering through. He started off so well. That's why I looked at Fire Down Below and On Deadly Ground. I'm like, those movies are not that bad. I liked them. You want to see bad? This is fucking bad. So after that little thing where I get blinded with white light, I wish I was rather be blinded with science. The fucking Seagal is barely in the fucking film, which I'm like, maybe that should be a good thing, but considering he's on the fucking cover and above the title, he disappears for good chunks of it. Oh, thankfully the title, the text tells you you're in France, Europe. Because if it just said France, man, I thought it would have been France, Texas, or France, New York, or France, Iowa. But thank God that the text told me it was France, Europe. Thank fucking God I know that France is in Europe. Thank God it's the France that's in Europe, not the France that's in fucking Africa. Or the France that's in Australia. It's France, Europe. Thank God you told me it was Europe, because if you just said France, I'd be lost, movie. I'd be fucking confused. So after France.Europe pops up, you enter the Seagal's team, which is like 3 numbskulls who are horny, want to get some hookers. They go to a club, they bring a hooker back, and they get sliced and diced. One gets sliced in the neck, and you see blood hit the wall, like at this door, and a guy looking, it's like a silhouette, and you hear like insect noises. I'm like, why is there insect noises? Maybe that's what the aliens sound like, insects. Might as well be incest noises. And once in a while, like before that scene, a random couple gets killed. And these people, the bad guys come up and slice them in the neck. So Seagal goes into the room, finds his 3 numbskulls dead, blood all over, horrible dubbing ADR of this gravelly voice. It's not Seagal's voice. And gets an autopsy. Oh, it's a CTX drug. And Seagal's buddy interrogates this guy, and this is probably one of those scenes that was shot afterwards, that 50% reshot that the director was talking about in the interview, because they're 2 guys that don't involve Seagal, because Seagal won't come back because he's too fucking lazy. He's too much of a fat fuck to do it. And the reason I'm so harsh is that I would wish upon a star to get to be in so many direct-to-video action movies, to star in movies, and star in action movies, and this guy pisses it away every fucking time. He's too busy getting whores or being late on set. From many reports on many movies, that's what he's doing. Prostitutes? Yeah, that's a great Buddhist thing. You're such a fucking Buddhist. I guess Buddhists, that you stuff yourselves with food and you get a lot of whores. Is that what a Buddhist is? Man, I better start being a Buddhist then. Stuff my face and get whores. Because that's what Seagal does, and it seems like every production that you hear about. He's late on set because he's with whores or he's getting fucking food in his fucking face. And I'm not holding back. Because it seemed like 10 fucking movies in a row, they were all dog shit. Except maybe one or two exceptions. From fucking Half Past Dead to The Foreigner to Belly of the Beast to Out of Reach to Submerged to fucking Black Dawn. Might as well be a black cock. D-O-N-G for Black Dawn. Today You Die. Yeah, I'm about ready to die because I'm going to have a fucking heart attack. Shadow Man. Yeah, your whole career is in a fucking shadow, Seagal, because no one wants to see it. Mercenary for Justice should be called Mercy for Justice. Justice prevailing for people who ought to watch your fucking movies. Attack Force. Attack Fuck Sticks. And then after this, it doesn't get any better. Flight of Fury's next. Yeah, it's not. I guess not as bad as this. Means, well, I got kicked in the balls, but here I got kicked in the balls, but only a little bit less powerful of a thrust of that kick. It's still a kick in the balls. No one wants that. Jesus fucking hell on a handicapped go-kart. So the buddy interrogates the guy, and they're testing drugs on. Oh yeah, the guy's who's one of the bad guys. Oh, we test these drugs on strangers, and it deals with the military and covert ops, and it's going to be releasing the water supply. And the buddy ingests the guy, and the guy's like, "You shouldn't have done that." And Seagal's buddy leaves, and there's a guard there. And the guy breaks out of his thing and pushes the guy, kicks him, and escapes. Then this uh, bad girl, I can't remember her fucking name, kills two guys, blinks like the fucking one alien in Men in Black, the first one Will Smith saw when he was foot chasing him. Then a group of them kill some undercover cops. Then you have either one of those scenes that was shot afterward, or it was bad dubbing when Seagal's buddy and this girl talk about the CTS going into water supply. Seagal disappears for a good chunk of the film. Then he comes back where this female crashes through. Seagal punches, misses. He knees the girl. And once again, the blinding white lights. He's like, anytime Seagal wants to hit, you have blinding white light. The woman throws one through walls. Seagal and this bad woman play a little fucking game of slap hands. Kicks her with more fucking blinding white light to blind me. And then the bad girl hits the thing, the stairs collapse onto her. The Seagal and the good woman he's with and Seagal's buddy, those three, some go to this armory. You get more bad dubbing ADR, not Seagal's voice, gravelly voice. Gets one of those, he gets a thing, which is funny because at the beginning of this video I referenced Predator 2. He puts a gauntlet, which is almost like a Predator gauntlet, except it's black and it's one blade. Like on his wrist. Part of me wonders why would the director lie about that if he did an interview? If I found this director, I would literally ask him, did Seagal really bring you Predator 2 and say it should be like this movie? Does Seagal like Predator 2? If so, that's the one fucking good thing I can say. It has nothing to do with the movie. Makes me want to watch Predator 2, which I've seen dozens of times, and I'll watch dozens of more times. Just a fantastically underrated sequel. That's why when people like Predator 2, bad action movie. No, you haven't seen movies like Attack Force. That's the epitome of bad action movies. And he's trying to get this bad female who's now uh, sort of, I don't want to say tied up, but has these metal restraints. Tries to get her to talk, counts down in his ADR voice. So it's not even Seagal's voice, but he's counting down. He just grabs, stabs her with his wrist knife thing, gauntlet, with one blade. You get a lot of scenes coming back to these military guys talking about this, talking about that. You have this extended shootout with Seagal's buddy and his woman and these military guys with no Seagal. I'm like, this is like an extended firefight. Seagal's nowhere to be seen. And then it cuts to outside where Seagal randomly pops out, shoots two guys, and leaves. The laziness of Seagal. I don't even know if I should blame this director. I shouldn't. Because next time, Michael Keusch, call me. I'll be more lenient than Seagal. Let me star in your fucking movie. It can't be any fucking worse. And I at least do my own ADR and more my actual dubbing, and I'll actually fucking be there. And I'll actually get into shape. If I'm going to a movie, I'll get myself in shape. Be thinner than fucking fat fuck here. Put the Mickey D's down. Do something, son. I'm not respecting this fat fuck. I don't keep calling him a fat fuck because he's a fat fuck. He's a fuck and he's fat. F-A-T. Fucking atrociously tubby. There you go. That's what fat. Fucking atrociously tubby. I'm pissed off. It's this fucking aggravation of shitty direct-to-video goddamn Seagal movies. I love Above the Law, March for Death, Hard to Kill, Out for Justice, Under Siege 1 and 2, Fire Down Below, The Glimmer Man, On Deadly Ground I like. But from Exit Wounds I like. But The Patriots sucked, Tickers sucked, and from The Foreigner to here, pretty much every goddamn movie has sucked. The only decent one was Into the Sun so far. That was the only decent fucking one. And people make fun of Van Damme or Dolph Lundgren. Dolph Lundgren, watch Command Performance. Watch The Defender. Watch The Russian Specialist, a.k.a. The Mechanic, with a K at the end. Van Damme, watch Weight of Death. Watch The Shepherd Border Patrol. Watch Six Bullets. Watch JCVD, which Time Magazine said he should have gotten an Oscar nomination or an Oscar win. That's a fucking Jean-Claude Van Damme because he does some goddamn Van Damage. That's why I reviewed his movies first, because a lot of them are pretty fucking good. That's why I have a playlist of Van Damme reviews. I don't love every single one of them, but he has a lot of damn good ones. He has a better track record than this asshole, and Van Damme, even with shitty films like Derailed, has never made a movie worse than this. I could say that for a fat jack. Even films I don't like Derailed and The Hardcore, the Universal Soldier direct-to-video films, I just don't care for the storyline. I don't care for the storyline they did. There is some pretty well done action and fight scenes. Like Day of Reckoning, I don't like the story. Well, I don't like the blinding strobe lights to give me epilepsy, which this film tries to do at the end. But it has some really well done fight scenes and action scenes. I said that in my rant on that. Because it was a rant because I don't like the directions they took with the story and what they did with Luke Devereaux. But that's not even with this. This is every fucking thing. Action. The star barely being in the film, being so fucking lazy, doing not a goddamn thing, horrible dubbing ADR, a shitty plot that is trying to juggle two things because they cut it for one, then they cut it for another. And just not only cut the balls off, but went up and cut the dick off and went up and cut the intestines out. You don't think it's that fucking bad? Watch it and then tell me in the morning how good it is. Please. If you think I'm going over the top, then please watch the movie. Please watch the film from beginning to end in one sitting. Please. And you tell me if I'm going over the fucking top on this bullshit. A plot that's going nowhere, fucking boring, blinding white lights, Seagal barely being in it. When he doesn't do anything. Horrible, blinding white light, shitty dubbing. Even if this was aliens, what? They'd be Eurotrash aliens? That would suck too. Unless it was creatures with well-done practical effects, but Seagal doesn't want that because he had Submerged, which was going to be a creature feature, but Seagal, I don't want to do a creature feature. I gotta do more shit with the CIA, and the KGB, and the KFC, and the Mickey D, and the NBA, and the FDA. Seagal shit pissing me off. They get to this place. Seagal barely does shit in the flick. More horrible dubbing ADR. Oh, check the eyes for dilation. He does laughable effects on the blinking. There's these two people sitting at a table who have shitty dubbing voices. And Seagal shoots them because they have the Men in Black blinky eyes. And the third act is random soldiers looking at people. Random soldiers looking at people. Are you not? Some of them blink. Some of them kill the soldiers. Soldiers kill some of them. One little thing in Aftermath where soldiers on the ground and this part is gone. You just see their teeth, and that's a decent makeup effect that you see for about 2 seconds. But Seagal and the good girl still wander around with his team, wandering around with a shotgun, wandering around some more, like this, just looking around, doing nothing, no action from him, even though he's the star of your fucking movie. Hell, and not even his double. Like I said, some of his movies, his fucking fight double should have gotten a co-credit, or should have gotten a credit above Seagal. But you can't even do that because there's no Seagal double, because there's no fights for Seagal. The little bit at the beginning where he blinded me with white light with a blade to a guy's head, and then the little slap hands with the female woman. That's it so far from Seagal. And we're in the third act. And then this was shot afterward, where Seagal's buddy and the woman, they break away from Seagal's team going that way. They go into this room, and that's where you get the scene where the woman goes, oh, shit, he fucking did it. With no emotion, 100-mile radius, he's contaminated it. Wouldn't you be like, oh my god, he contaminated, what are we going to do? People are going to be dead or addicted to this stuff. No, just with no emotion, shit, he fucking did it. Or, oh, I broke a nail. Oh man, I ran out of fucking soda. And Seagal's buddy puts a grenade by the computer and blows it up. And you never hear about the fucking water supply being contaminated, which was the big plot they were putting in and the bad guys were doing. You never see it again. You never hear it again. So I guess what? The bad guys either won or they stopped it by blowing up the computer. I don't know which is worse. And then quickly after, the woman gets killed with a slash to the neck. And I'm like, wow, I thought she was one of the main characters. She got killed pretty... Wow, not even much of a fight. Just... I'm like, okay, I guess she's dead. And also, some soldiers and some bad guys are getting killed, killing each other. Some blinding white light made... Like, the edits are with blinding white lights. So if you have epilepsy, beware of this movie. Because you're going to literally die from it. Seagal doing nothing. Hell, again, even his double doing nothing. And then just him and this random agent soldier holding guns. His buddy gets in a fight. And he kills some, but he dies. So there's the one male bad guy where the guy's hitting people, including random agent soldier. I say random agent soldier because I don't even know what his name. I don't even know if the movie gives him a name. Maybe at the end credits, but I wouldn't know who it would be because I don't remember hearing it in the movie. He's nowhere in the first 2/3 of the film. It's just when they go in, boom, here's this guy. Who the hell is he? He's like a big character. No lines of dialogue, but him and Seagal are the two survivors, and like, what makes this guy special? But as the male bad guys hitting them, they're flying back. Anytime something happens, blinding white light. Seagal like stabs him. Boom, dead. Pretty easy. Then he's with the leader, which I guess in the original script would have been the alien queen. And literally Seagal, this is the shot. Seagal is doing this. That's literally what it is. Literally, if the camera's here and Seagal's like, this is in slow-mo, so I gotta do it slower. And he pushes her through a brick wall, slices her on the chest. Fun continuity mistake. The slash goes from like here to the left. Then in one shot, it's like here to the right. Then another shot, it's here to the left. If you do see the movie, watch that, because it'll change from this dash here to the left, then it'll change here to the right, then it'll change back to here to the left in the scene after. And then pretty easily, Seagal puts his claw thing into the girl's head. His buddy dies. That's when his buddy dies. Him and random Asian guy leave. The car leaves. You never hear about the water supply. You think, wait, the movie's over? The end credits roll. Oh, I guess the movie's over. I guess the movie has finished. I guess that's all, folks. Either they failed and everyone's going to die, or they stopped it because their buddy blew it up with a computer. Like, blew up the computer with a grenade. God damn it! I hate this fucking movie, man. That's why I literally have to hear him in a t-shirt and shorts in a fucking room reviewing this fucking movie. It's the epitome of Seagal's shittiness. Murky, incoherent, shitty plots, because there's a lot of problems behind the scenes of changing the script 50 million fucking times because Seagal is an asshole, or producers Seagal, they hate each other, or all this other shit. Seagal's fucking lazy ego, not wanting to help out. I mean, as a professional, wouldn't you still go on to do ADR work and do your own dubbing and do your own shit and stand-ins and fights and stuff? Isn't that the part of being a professional? I mean, many people have said that he only does these movies for money. He doesn't care about making movies anymore, and you could tell. He hasn't cared about making movies for over 10 years. He has no passion for it. And it shows. That's why you'll always be in the gutter, Seagal. Dolph Lundgren and Jean-Claude Van Damme, they're rising up. Van Damme has an Amazon pilot that a lot of people hailed and praised. He did a movie like JCVD, which got critical acclaim, and people saying he should get Oscar nods and Oscar nominations. Dolph directing movies and starring, he got to be in The Expendables 2 and got to do stuff for him and Van Damme. Like, Van Damme got to do that Volvo commercial, which is one of the best commercials I've seen in a long time. And Dolph they're getting to do some stuff. Granted, it's not theatrical movies, but hell, theatrical movies are such shit anyway. Maybe that's a good thing. While you are still in the gutter making 15 shitty direct-to-video films, it will continue that because of all this bullshit. God damn it. Murky, incoherent storytelling. 50 million things, problems behind the scenes. Not being too fucking lazy to not come in and either do fight scenes or do actual sequences or not even do your own fucking dubbing ADR work. Just everything about this fucking movie sucks. There's not one fucking good thing I could say about the film. It's boring, it's tedious, it's got blinding white lights that will fuck with your eyes. It has plots that are literally about the end of the world, and they just, we don't know. We said that, yeah, he's contaminated the water, but oh well. Hey, did you see that guy? He put a grenade by and blow it up? An ending that's not even an ending. Movie doesn't know what the fuck it wants to be because all the behind the scenes shit and a lazy fat fuck of an action star not giving a flying hell. If you don't care, then why the fuck should I care? You piece of shit. Fuck out of my face.